Powering up the guidance, navigation, and control systems in the Apollo spacecraft. So, one of the benefits of powering down in the first place is to save on cryos and consumables for your power and oxygen, sure. But the biggest thing is actually this RCS usage. When you're out there in space, typically in orbit of the Earth, you're going to get knocked around quite a lot, like so. And you'll do a lot of pitching and yawing and rolling around, and this consumes a lot of gas to maintain attitude so that you don't hit gimbal lock. So when you're in a period of extended uh, time without any activities, it's advised when you're in Earth orbit due to air resistance to power down the guidance systems. This does create problems though. As we can see, we're bouncing around, and while we haven't used a drop of fuel since our rendezvous, we're still bouncing around like crazy. So we have no idea where we are anymore. The computer's been powered down, so it hasn't kept our state vector at all. The IMU's powered down, it hasn't kept our attitude information at all, and so this creates a problem. Where are we, and where are we pointing? So here's how you can recover from that. First step is to power up the computer. CMC program alarm and reset. Reset 00, enter, and silence the master alarm. CMC free. Once the computer is finished powering up, which does take quite a bit of time, there we go. Comp activity light is out. We can turn on the digital autopilot. So verb 48, enter. And remember, this card will help you out. Verb 21. We know that we are the CSM only 1. And we probably want to use 4 quads for our x-axis. And 02 is typically the standard. Enter. And we want to use AC because it is higher. So we'll go verb 22, enter, 1, 1, 1. Proceed, proceed, proceed. Verb 46, enter. And this activates the digital autopilot. Now we need our optics and our IMU circuit breakers in. And now we need stabilization control. So ensure that your BMAGs, your body-mounted attitude gyros are on rate 2. Your spacecraft controls on CMC, CMC free. And now we can close the logic bus circuit breakers. We can power up the logic, get our signal conditioner and bias driver or driver bias power on. We get our GDC and ECA electronics on, and our body-mounted attitude gyros on. Now we can get power to the FDAI, and we can see our rates that have accumulated while we've been asleep. Now we can get the RCS jets back online. And now the IMU. Notice when we power on the IMU, it recages. And 90 seconds will need to elapse for the no attitude light to go off. And another 15 seconds after that for PIPA reset, and the ball is officially moving. Verb 37, enter, 00. Give a little computer refresh there. And get our optics powered on. And reset the 0 flag. Now we can move to our standard SCS switch configuration. manual attitude all 3 to rate command, attitude deadband minimum, spacecraft control to SCS, and rotational control normal on. At this point, we don't know where we are. So Houston is going to give us a state vector. We'll accept that uplink. Once the uplink is complete, verb 37, enter, 00, enter, and uplink telemetry to block. And just to make sure that we now have the data for where we are positioned, let's insert the nav check. And 47.45, and 160.5. Perfect. So we now have knowledge of where we are. But as you can see, when we've been in space, we've been drifting around like crazy. And we no longer know which way we're pointing, right? We know which way we're pointing to not hit gimbal lock after power up, but we don't really know which way we're pointing in terms of how to set up a proper burn or anything, right? The computer doesn't know which way we're pointing. So we need to make sure that we have acquisition of stars. That we do. Now let's get stable. So we'll stop moving around. We'll fix our attitude down. And now, for the first time, we are going to use program 51. So you can come to the basement, take the 0 switch off, and stay in manual. Because the computer doesn't know which way we're pointing, it has no idea where the stars are. So we need to tell it. Verb 37, enter, 51. Enter. We have star acquisition. We'll hit proceed. And now we need to take a mark on the first star. Let's choose star 21. And we'll take the mark. Let's mark. Proceed. Now we need to do verb 21. Enter. We need to enter the two-digit star code, which is star 21 here. 21. Enter. Proceed. And that's the first star. Now we need to choose another one. Let's choose one that's preferably over 30 degrees away from the last. Star 6 seems like a very good candidate. We'll come over to star 6, and we'll take our mark. Mark. Proceed. Again, verb 21, enter, and the two-digit star code, 06, enter. Proceed. Here we can see no error. Our marks were spot on. Proceed, and right to 00, enter. And now the computer has knowledge of where we are. Program 52 will work properly. If we ran program 52 right away, we would be getting a program alarm. But now, we need to know where are we relative to the mission, right? Because the computer knows where it is, but we were powered down for 10 hours and drifting like crazy. Actually, 14 and 40 minutes. 13 hours and 40 minutes. We've been drifting around like crazy. And so now the computer knows where we are. Houston needs to be able to calculate pads for burns and things of this nature. So we need to get on target with where the IMU is supposed to be for the mission, right? So we need to do a P52 nominal alignment based on a mission time. So verb 37, enter, 52, enter. Here we can see verb 22, enter, and option 2, in case it doesn't say that. And this is our nominal alignment option. So proceed. And now we need to enter the specified GET. Listed for us on the Apollo 7 flight plan, this is 70 hours, 58 minutes, and 0 seconds, but a time which is close in the future is pretty good. We're at 68 hours, 41 minutes right now, and we're choosing 70 hours, 58 minutes. Because close to that point in time, we'll be making our preparations for our next burn. So proceed. We can see we get a program alarm. Verb 05, noun 09, enter. 401. And this is the same problem as before. This 401 error. We can see if we proceed on that, we move right into gimbal lock. Very close to it anyways. This is where you would need to pitch or roll out of the way to avoid that. Luckily for us, I meant to hit key release, but I accidentally hit proceed. Luckily for us, it did not move into gimbal lock, so we didn't need to cage. This is good. So we'll just hit proceed on that. And we can see the computer wants to find a star 14. So we'll go CMC. And we'll take our mark on star 14. This is no problem. Mark. Proceed. Confirm that it's 14. Yep. Proceed. Now it wants to take a mark on star 21. Again, this is no problem. Over. Mark. Proceed. Proceed. So we can see good rates. Proceed. And here's the small bit of correction that we're needing to make to the IMU. So we'll proceed on that. Enter. 00, enter. Now the computer is going to refresh with new memory. And we are definitely going to want to get as far away from gimbal lock as possible. So we're really close to 180, 180, 0. So let's do roll 180, pitch 180, yaw 0, proceed, proceed. Oop, take a CMC auto. So the spacecraft will maneuver right out of gimbal lock. And it's going to settle in on our attitude. And from that point, now we can start aligning the GDC. $180. $180. And 0. Steady out. And now we just do our GDC align procedures. And we can see this is pretty good. So at that point, everything is right in the world. Now we can maintain our high attitude hold so that we consume less fuel, and we're ready to begin the next steps of the mission. Thanks for watching.